Welcome, guys, to the Setting Castle Games podcast. I'm here today with Jordan Wallace. So today we're going to be talking everything performance. Jordan's been at the top of the game in the CrossFit world for a long time now, and we're just going to talk and just see what he's like, what his head's like now, and just all about performance. Okay. So first off, Jordan, do you want to tell people who you are, how you've done so well in recent years?
Awkward question.
And what are your maybe aspirations going forward?
So my name's Jordan Wallace. I'm one of the owners of Reebok CrossFit Tyneside up in Newcastle. Been doing CrossFit now since 2009, late 2009. Yeah, late 2009 I started. So a long time now.
It was, yeah.
And yeah, competed at various regionals, various local competitions. Five regionals, yeah. 5 regionals, one as a team and then the others as an individual. So yeah, I mean, obviously a bit of a change of pace now. Not really competing that much, doing the odd competition here and there, more team and pair stuff. Not really any individual stuff, but still enjoying it.
Yeah, good stuff. So in terms of performance, how, because you don't fit the model of a CrossFitter, I think you know that. So how have you first off got to that such high standard? How have you stayed there for such a long period?
I think it was a combination of the Open being at the time quite well suited towards my strengths as an athlete. So, from probably 2010 when the Open first came around, I think it was 2010, to 2016. I think there wasn't a 1 rep max event in the Open. It was all light body weight, Metcon workouts, which was the stuff that I was good at. So I was able to excel in those things just from my ability as a runner and just the training that I'd been doing. And then come 2016, the game kind of changed a little bit. So you had a change in regionals when the European regional became the Meridian regional.
Yes.
So the numbers were reduced and the distribution of the countries was changed slightly. And then also you had the kind of 1 rep max event thrown in, which just kind of screwed a lot of people over because they just weren't prepared for it. So yeah, I mean, I think it was a combination of the events in the Open being good, and then also just, I enjoy training hard. I enjoy training hard. I love feeling like I'm doing more than the person next to us. I love that feeling of they can't do that and I can. So I used to thrive off that and buzz off it. So I used to do a lot of volume of training as well. So I used to train, 5-6 times a week, 2-3 times a day sometimes. So morning, afternoon, evening. And when I say train, it wasn't I wasn't doing 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, 2 hours in the evening, but it would be, cardio session in the morning, skills and weightlifting stuff in the afternoon, and then a workout session in the afternoon, in the evening, sorry. And that's what it would be 6 days a week.
That is a lot. Did you so you mentioned there that you did lots of running before? Yeah. Were you involved in gymnastics at all or not?
No. So I actually did gymnastics as a kid. I say I did it as a kid. I went to one session. And I was like, Mum, this is not for me. I am not a gymnast. So I didn't go back. So growing up, I didn't really play any sports. I played golf. That was it. So which obviously you don't really have to be that fit to play golf. As long as you can walk around 18 holes, you're fine. And it wasn't until I was 15, 16 that I got into running. And I didn't really run for that long. I only ran from probably being 15 to 16 to being about 17 and a half, 18.
What was the standard for the running? Did you say there was it quite a high standard?
No, I mean, it wasn't I didn't run for a club or anything like that. I had a goal of running the Great North Run under 1 hour 20.
Under 1 hour 20?
Under 1 hour 20, and I ran it in 1 hour 20. And then after that was kind of right, I'm kind of done with running. I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve, which was literally just that one thing. So I'm going to find something else, and that's when I found CrossFit.
Okay, and then that's obviously you owned up your own gym, and then what age was that?
So I was 17 when I took the gym over. It was owned by somebody else previously. I took it over from them. So I was 17, so I was coming out of sixth form. I didn't really want to go to uni. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time, but I knew that I enjoyed working with people. And I enjoyed coaching people and trying to show them, trying to teach them new things and developing people. So to be fair, it was my mum and dad that supported us. They were look, if this is something that you want to do, give it a go. Worst comes to worst, you can always go back to uni. Or if you don't want to go to uni, you can always just go and get a job. And obviously, 10 and a bit years later, we're here. So
quite a big transformation.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It was just under the arches. Was it under the arches?
Yeah. That was our first like proper gym.
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember. I think did they used to do like some like taekwondo type classes thing? Was that like in there? They used to run like a couple of classes.
Maybe it might have been further along because there was like 12 arches.
Yeah, there was.
There was 12 arches.
Yeah.
So there was. I think we were in Arch 6 originally.
Yes,
and then we moved to Arch 1.
Right.
And then in the middle there was like different fitness businesses there.
Ah, right. Okay.
There was like a boot camp. I think there was a martial arts place. Yeah.
That's quality. So getting back to the performance anyway.
Yeah, sorry,
I've just go off on a tangent. So you mentioned about like open workouts and they were always like suited to you.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, are the ones like now, are they still suited to you? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of them are like that. For example, 20.1 now, right? Yeah. So 20.1 was a pretty good workout for me. It was just moving a barbell, a light barbell.
So only 40, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then move. I think it was 43. And then moving my own body weight over the bar, you know. So I can't remember what time I got, but I think I was under. It was like 10:40 something. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was a good workout for me. The second workout was pretty good as well.
Second workout was...
I can't remember what the second one was, but I remember I placed all right.
Was that the dubs and the toaster bar one?
Yes, it was a 20 minute AMRAP, right?
Yes,
double unders, toaster bar, dumbbell thrusters. Yeah. So again, quite light, quite fast paced workout. So those two at the beginning were pretty decent.
Yeah.
And then 3, 4, and 5 were obviously quite heavy.
Yeah.
3 and 4 especially. 5 it was like wall balls and rowing. Cheers, Dave.
Yeah.
Perfect for me. So yeah, I mean, you can say some of them are quite well suited, and others probably not.
Right.
But as I mentioned before, we were chatting before we started talking properly. You know, the events 3 and 4, they were just heavy, and I'm not. That doesn't work for me. Yeah. That doesn't work for me. You know, like that is my weakness, is strength stuff. So
if you have got
something that I've been working on. You know, I'm much stronger now than I was in the past.
Yes.
But I'm still not near those kind of top guys now. You know.
Yeah. Another thing, just while we're talking about the open there, one guy asked Warren, how did you hit 20.5 and why did you follow that strategy? So 20.5 was the partition workout. Yeah.
So the first time that I did it, I paced it terribly. I did it so bad.
I think everyone did.
So I tried to do it in 4 rounds. So I got on the rings, did 10 muscle ups. I was like, I'm a hero here. Yeah. I feel mint. Yeah. I did 10 muscle ups, and then I did it was 20 calories on the rower, right? Yeah. 20 calories on the rower. Got off. Hit the 30 wall balls. I looked up at the clock. It's like 2.5 minutes. I'm like, I'm flying here. I'm beating everybody. Yeah. And then I get back to the rings and I do like 7, and I'm like, oh no, my chest's starting to hurt. Yeah. And I dropped down, shook it out, another 3, and then I'll be honest with you, just felt a bit after that. Yeah. So I did it that was on the Friday.
Friday night lights? Yeah.
No, I did it in the afternoon. Oh, right. Bad mistake. I should have done it on the evening with everyone watching. So I did it in the morning. Didn't get a very good score. Was down in the dumps about it. Yeah. And then on Monday I was actually chatting to Tim, and Tim was like, "Oh, give it a go with this structure." So it was like 5 muscle ups. Then he did some wall balls. Then he did 5 muscle ups. Then he did some rowing. Right, then you did some wall balls. Then he did 5 muscle ups. So you kind of staggered the muscle ups and built in the rowing and the wall balls around it. So I don't think I did any bigger of a set than 25 on the wall balls. Right. Okay. And no bigger than 15 on the row. Yeah. And then set to 5 on the muscle ups. Yeah. And I got an all right time. I didn't do well. I didn't do great. Didn't do as well as I wanted to do. But I'd made an improvement from the Friday. Yeah. So I cut like a minute off, which was.
I think everyone who
exactly a minute actually. Funny enough.
Did you really?
Yeah. I mean, and then I went outside and spewed everywhere.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's standard. You do it all the time. Actually,
I know. Only on the last ones.
Oh,
only on the last workouts.
Just on the last ones.
The 0.5s every year just gets us. Last year I threw up outside. This year I threw up outside. Year before.
Hard workout, man. Hard workout. Another kind of question we've got coming in here is about pacing. Yeah. So a lot of people see you as a really, really good pacing master. How do you pace workouts? Is that something that you consciously think of before the workout? I'm gonna, let's say, row up this. So I'm gonna hit so many lifts in that minute. Or, like, how do you pace?
Yeah, I think I'm not great at doing big sets of things. So like, let's say it's like Karen, for example, 150 wall balls. Some people could pick that wall ball up and keep a hold of it and do the whole 150 unbroken. Right. I can't, so I have to be good at pacing, otherwise I fall so far behind. Yes. So what I always try to do in terms of pacing workouts is, it comes from like running. So it's that idea of like hitting your threshold and then maintaining that. So from obviously experience of training, I know what movements I can do and how long I can hold on to those things for.
Yeah.
So like if it's power cleans, it's 60 kilos. I know I can comfortably do like, let's say 12 reps.
Yeah.
So if it's sets of 10 in a workout, I know I've got those unbroken.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Same with like gymnastics movements. So if it's sets of 12 or 15 toes to bar,
Yeah.
well I know I can do 30 or 40 unbroken. So I know I'm good to hold on for 15
and not being
or 12.
fatigued going further.
Yeah, not be fatigued going on. But what I always find is it's that thing of like you don't want to peak too early.
Yeah.
So I always try and sit just below that sort of red line, just below that threshold.
Yeah.
And then I always want to finish stronger rather than finish slower.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to have more to give on the back end rather than sort of tail off on the way in.
Yes.
And that's really it. There's nothing really more to it. I
Obviously
think in a lot of training, I think a lot of it is having the capacity to be able to sit next to that threshold.
Yeah.
So from days of running and the fact that the type of training that I enjoy doing is the sort of longer duration stuff,
Right.
I have quite a big base.
Yeah.
And that base has kind of stayed with me as well. It hasn't like gone when I've reduced my training volume.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like a joke around here between the guys, but it takes me like 2 weeks to get fit again.
Yeah.
As soon as I get back into doing like running or biking or rowing, I'm good to go because it's there.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is based on the fact that I've got that like those years of experience and years of training from running. So I know what I can do. I know the feeling of my body when I need to rest. And that's it really.
So here's a question putting you on the spot. What's your go-to workout for this is just going to be like on the road for me just getting fit? Like what's your go-to? Maybe it's day one, right? I'm going to now
like
get fit now.
if I'm like in a hotel or whatever. All right, you mean like if I'm just going to get started?
Yeah.
So I do it on the assault runner and I use a Concept 2 bike or an assault bike, and it's a 4-minute window. So it's 3 minutes of work and a 1 minute rest.
Right.
So I'll do 400 meters on the assault runner, which will take like 1:45. 2 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And then I jump on the bike and I do as many calories as I can in that remaining time of the 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then I rest a minute. And then I do that for 10 rounds. So that's 40 minutes.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's 40 minutes, like an hour with a warm cool down.
Yeah.
But what I try and do is on the bike, I'll try and do negative splits. So every 2 rounds, I'll try and add a calorie.
Right.
So let's say I start on 20.
Yeah.
Rounds 1 and 2 would be at 20.
Right.
Rounds 3 and 4 would be at 21. 5 and 6 would be at 22.
Yeah.
And it's like a mental game because you can't slow down.
Yeah.
And then providing that I hit all those calories, the week after I might start at like 22. So the round 1 would be at 22.
Yeah.
Round 2 would be at 22. Round 3 would be at 23. And then it just builds like that. And
cool,
the great thing with that is like it doesn't lie. So the numbers on the screen,
get feedback
like
straight away,
you're either fitter or you're
Yeah.
not. You can either do it or you can't. And if you can't hit those numbers, then you're not fitter. And if you can, you've got fitter.
Are you
know what I
putting
mean?
yourself in a bin at every one of them intervals?
Not put myself in a bin, but I'm not pushing hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm again comes back to that threshold thing.
Yeah.
Like it's the ability to know. Right, I'm at like an 8.5 out of 10 here.
Yeah,
I can go to like I can go to a 9, but I can't go to a 9.5. Because if I go to a 9.5, the next round's going to be like 15.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be like a go-to workout for me.
Right.
And then another one is that I like to do is just 10 400s, 10 rounds of 400 meter run with a 30-second rest in between.
Right. Okay.
And the goal is to do them in like each round to be between 150 and 2 minutes.
Right. Okay.
So you're doing the 400 in like 115, 125, and then you're resting 30 seconds after that, and you just bosh out 10 of them.
So it's just like do you do many rowing intervals as well?
I don't really row a lot,
No?
to be honest. No, just because I don't really like it. I'll be honest with you.
I
prefer being on the bike or running.
Do you really?
Yeah, I find with the rower, it tightens my back up quite a lot. So I tend not to do a lot of it.
Right.
But I would do more rowing in workouts. So like, let's say I'm going to do like a Metcon, like a 15-minute AMRAP or something.
Yeah.
I would normally chuck rowing in there, like rowing and wall balls because I'm bad at them both.
Right.
So I'd normally try and do quite a lot of weakness work with that stuff.
Yeah. Skiing, do you do much skiing as well?
I don't really, to be honest. I don't really do a lot of it. It's probably something that I should do more of because it's obviously a great movement. But
I just think like that whole movement of you never can really get your breath, can you?
No.
Well, you're always kind of like in this
you're
position,
hunched over or you're leaning back and it's
just a bit like weights.
Yeah.
So like maybe if you did intervals with that, like say maybe 400s with maybe 1 minute off, a few sets of that, so you're going to get your blood, isn't it?
Just brutalises.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Quality. And that's the end of the performance for the day. Well done.